everyone, it's Anja here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and today I am showing you how to do the block stitch. Now this is one of the panels that I did for a cushion, which I combined on the other side with the C2C panel that I also did. So this panel obviously is already finished, so I am going to show you how to do the block stitch with my chunky yarn. I have prepared a sample here, and I am quite liking this combination. Now I have, as you can see here, I just used two colors. So I had the main color as duck egg, and then the accent color was the boysenberry. Here I am using my chunky yarn. This is obviously the light blue, the dark blue, and then the cream in between. So I have changed colors here, but I did keep the accent color. Now there's a lot of things you can do with this block stitch, and it makes the effect really nice, because I have seen some where the main color was just one color, but then the accent color was like a rainbow, but you had every line was a different color of the rainbow, and that made a really nice effect. But what also is a nice effect, I think, is when you use for the accent color a variegated one, because then your color, your stitches, your accent stitches will always be a different color. So that is really nice as well and worth a try. So this one here I did just now. So I changed the background color, but I kept the accent color. Now in the sample that I'm going to make with you now, we are going to do one background color, but we are changing the accent color. So I have chained ready my main color. And as I'm only doing a sample piece, I will explain to you how to work out how many stitches you need. So you need a multiple of 3 plus 2. So you chain a multiple of 3. So this is 21 stitches here. Now I am going to do my extra 2. 1, 2. Because as you can see, we've got an extra stitch on each side each time, okay? And we need that to be able to work in our accent color on the side. And now, so those are my stitches that I will be using. Now I'm going to hold on to this last chain here. This is going to be the location for my first stitch, and my first stitch is going to be 1, 2, 3 chains, and that's my first double crochet. So this one here was my last chain. So the first one where we are going to do our first double crochet into is that one next to it. This is chain 21, 22, 23, so 23 and 22. Now we are going to do a whole round, or a whole row better, of double crochets into the chain. So first of all, for this block stitch you need chains, you need double crochets, and you need single crochets. I am using American terms, so a chain is obviously doing this one here. For the stitch that I am doing at the moment, you yarn, this is a double crochet, you yarn over, you go into the chain, and I always pick up 2 bits of that chain. You pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have your double crochet, and in a moment when we change to the accent color, that is when we will be doing single crochets and chains. So depending on the width of your blanket or your scarf or your cushion cover that you are making, you are going to chain 3s, so multiples of 3s to the width that you need. Then you add two more because you want those chains or those stitches at the sides to be able to put your accent color in. And then you are going to do this first row that I am doing now. So just coming back onto your chain, and in my case I chained 21, so plus 2, that will make 23 double crochets. And of course the last one I just can't get in, can I? There we go. Hold on to it there. Yeah, okay. Right, there we go. So this is our first round, or first row. You pull up your loop. If you want to, you can put a stitch marker in there if you don't trust yourself. Then you go and get your accent color and you make your slip knot as usual. Insert your hook. And what we are going to do now is we are going to do our accent color row. So we start again on this side here, and you just go in between the first and the second double crochet. So just insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So this is what we call a standing single crochet. Then we do 1, 2 chains. We skip 1, 2, 3 and we go in between and we do a single crochet. Okay, so we are just chaining and single crochet and skipping not 4, I thought it was a little bit long, 3 double crochets from the previous round. Okay, so we want to make multiples of 3 in here. We want to make them clear, 1, 2, 3, and here we go. 1, 2 chain, and then in between those 2 next double crochets. 1, 2, 1, 2, and single crochet. And if I counted right, I should have 4 left. Yes, I have. Phew. Okay, so 1, 2, and then once again you go in between the third and the fourth one here, and you do your single crochet. So that's that row finished, and we are going to cut off the wool. You pull it through and there we go. So that's this row finished. Now the next row we are going to work back, but the accent row we're always going to be doing in this direction. Okay, so bear with me, I shall show you. So we go back to that loop where we finished earlier. 1, 2, 3 chains. You turn your work. And we are going to start doing 3 double crochets into the chain spaces that we made. So in each chain space that you encounter, you are going to place 3 double crochets. Of course, if you are going to change colors for this second round, what I'm doing now, you will have to cut off your wool and start with your next color. Why is this blue in the way? Okay, so 1 double crochet, 2 and 3, and another set. I'm just looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like with the blues as accent color. There we go. And we are there. So you'll have a row of double crochets, and each time after that row, you are going to do another row of those single crochets and chains. So then you need to get into that third chain. Sometimes it's not so easy. You could go in here just like that, but I do try and go in there. So there we go. So that's finished again. So once again, we are going to go back to this side here, and we are going to go and do an accent color row. So I always turn for my main color. I keep turning, but for the accent color, I just always go back to there. So do a standing single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet in between. Now it's easier to see the blocks, so it's a lot easier to find the locations where you have to do your single crochet. There we go, last one. See, this row is really quick, isn't it? So when you get here, I always sort of hold that to the back or to the side so it doesn't get confused with my blue. And then you cut off it, there we go, and then you're back doing your main color again, and the same thing again. So chain up 3, turn, and you do your 3 double crochets in the chain spaces that you have just made doing with your accent color. See, can you see how nice it is? The effects are really nice, I think, because you know, you end up with just these little bits of color in between your main color, and I think it's really nice because the chains sort of disappear in your double crochets. It's just so nice. And of course with the white it does shine through a little bit, but it's not too bad. I can live with that. I should do something with these 2 bits now. I'm really liking them. There we go. And the last one. See, this row always takes a little bit longer. There we go. And so here, so you've come to the end here. Now you do that extra one on the side. In there we go. Right, that's that. And we pull up our stitch again. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I really like this. Okay, so now we're going back to the dark blue. I'll have to unroll a little bit of this because I don't know what I made with this before. Yes, there will be quite a few ends to put in, to weave in, but I now also have a video on that, so do go and have a look at that, especially made for one of my subscribers who asked. So yeah, if you have a question or anything that I could do a video on, I'm always more than happy to do you a video, because that's just the easiest way of explaining to you, isn't it? Right. Okay. So let me just do, oh, I'm so excited now. I really like this. And there we go. That's that row finished already. Voila. Okay. And now let's get everything out of the way. Oh no, why is this oh dear. Right, okay, we're getting all in a muddle here now. Oh, it's typical, isn't it? There we go. Right, so back to the white. So we are taking this one out into there, and we're doing a row 1, 2, 3, and we're turning. I found that this was just the easiest way of doing it, because there's quite a few tutorials out there and they're all different, it seems, but to me this made the most sense. You're not cutting off your main color unless obviously you're changing it, but you are making sure that, you know, with the accent color I am always going from the same side, so yes, you have to cut this off and you will have to sew in those ends. So let's see what it looks like now. How many rows did I do on the other one? Oh dear. Right, so I think you might just have an idea of how I do this. Obviously, yes, my rows are going very quickly because I am only doing 7 clusters. My 21 plus my 2 stitches on the side, so 1 stitch on one side, 1 on the other. But like I said, I'm just doing this because obviously I want to show you how I do it. My piece is finished because I have been moving about and I had this to work on in between. There we go. So I hope this will show you how to do the block stitch. I hope you can work it out for doing a bigger project. When you are weaving in your ends, make sure you weave them into the same, keeping into the same color, otherwise you're going to see it through the other colors. But yeah, I think it's really nice. It's a really nice effect, and like I said, you know, with the white coming through here, it's really pretty, but I think with the little blobs of color coming through here is really pretty as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.